Hey everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to explore an exciting feature provided by Agentic Framework Model Context Protocol. You can get MCP from various resources such as npm install, pip install, but in our case, we are going to create our own MCP server and expose available tools from our MCP server. All right, so these are four uh, tools we are going to expose for our agent to write a poem. So let's see how that works in real demo before we dive into the code. So as you can see, our log coming, and there's a lots of tools call going on right here. And these are not normal tool calls. These are MCP server tools call. Now our poem is back using these MCP server tools. All right, now let's go to our Visual Studio to find out how we can write our MCP server. All right, so we are going to create our MCP server, and before we go and see the code, let's look at the structure we have. So we have MCP server project right under our solution, and here we have two NuGet packages we need. The MCP server need a model context protocol NuGet package, and to host the server, we need Microsoft.extension.hosting. Now let's see the other file we have, Netflix movies data service, that the movie related data we are going to use in our tool, and this method will get the data from our CSV file. So now look at program.cs file where we create our MCP server. So as you can see, line number 10, we have list of AI function that point to our Netflix movie data services method to get our tools. So now to use our tools into our MCP server, we need to convert this AI function into MCP server tool. So that's what we are doing right here. Now we need to build our host. So we are creating a empty application builder from our host, and we are going to configure all services that necessary to create our MCP server at line number 21. Then we are adding a standard input output server transport right here, and after that we are giving our list of tools. So that is the line will contain everything about the tools we need to configure. Okay, so right after that we just run async, and it will run our server that will expose our tools that our client will discover and use them. Okay, so let's go to our client, which reside in Agent Framework project. Now that our MCP server is created, now we can create our MCP client to communicate and get our tools for our agent to use. So let's see how we can do it. So I'm on this file. This is where we can use MCP server tools into our agent. So let's see how we can do it. So these lines are to create our MCP client. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. We are giving the MCP server exe to a path which is coming from tools MCP server, which is right here. So this is the exe, we get it from our MCP server project. Now to create our MCP client, we need a transport, and that transport is STDIO client transport, and it has a command in it, and the command is nothing but the MCP server path that we created earlier. So that will start our server process, and get our tools. So now all we have to do, we can just call list tools async from our MCP client to get all available tool, and then we can assign to this list to one of the property of chat option tools property, and assign this list, and then our agent will discover these tools to use for our poem. So now this agent, whenever it run it, it will go ahead and find these tools to use this. All right. So now, as you can see, Agent Framework provide very rich capability to create MCP server, and we can create our MCP client to get our tools. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Oh, by the way, you don't need to create this way MCP server and you just bring everything in this tool. You can also use NuGet package and you can publish it to your local source or some public NuGet sources, and you get it from there. So you can use that NuGet package from your multiple project and use these tools. So with that, that is our tutorial, and if you have any question, let me know, writing comment below, and I'll see you in our next video.